Hello, welcome back to another video of Laurel, Hardy and Chaplin collectibles. In this video I'd like to start off from where I left from the last video, where I spoke about Larry Harmon from the 1976 comic, The History of Laurel and Hardy, which it was interesting to see a lot of reviews from loyal fans that didn't seem to like him, or he didn't seem very popular. I don't know an awful lot about the guy, but the interest in him directly was not really my interest. It was just more the focus on the Laurel and Hardy comics that he sort of took the names and that and created through the 60s, 70s and into the 80s. But no, it's definitely interesting to know about the history of Larry Harmon, and obviously not too popular amongst many Laurel and Hardy fans. But starting off with this lot, so the connection with Larry Harmon and the comics, I have a selection of the flimsy paper edition comics of Laurel and Hardy, and it's literally the images that I like, that you can actually even frame these and put them on the wall, and they look pretty cool. But I don't read the comics. I'm never one to go through these. It's just purposely for the artwork and the image, and what was going on during the years after their passing. That is actually a French comic, this one, so that's a French edition. And then this one is in 3D, and then you've got the glasses there as well. And on the back here you've got Larry Harmon's Bozo the Clown on the back. Which is no interest to me. It's mainly what's on the front here or what's inside connected to Laurel and Hardy or the Laurel and Hardy name. This one is 1987, another comic there, so that's a few years later, whereas this one we're going back a few years to 1963, so this is probably one of the earliest ones I have from the Larry Harmon comic book range. And then you've got 1966, so 65, 66, so the sort of year after Stan's passing. And then this one here, that's another one, that'll be from the 70s. Another great one there. So it is really like the artwork that sort of drew my attention to want to collect some of these. And then this one's 1967, another great comic. And then this one is from the 70s. And then just to open this up, and you can see clearly inside you just got the comic strip form of Laurel and Hardy inside, and on all their many adventures, and you can see clearly that these comics were based for more the younger generation, or for children at the time to read through and enjoy. And then you have the hardback annuals, which also came out, and some of these are will be from the 70s. Again, really great artwork on them. And again, inside you have all the comic strips inside, which I have to admit I've gone through them. I do look at all the pictures now, but I don't, like I say, I don't bother to read any of the stuff. It's purely just for the artwork. But I also love the connection with the Larry Harmon products. There's so many Laurel and Hardy products with the Larry Harmon name, from the toys, that model T4 cars, to the money boxes and to bed sheets, and the list kind of goes on. There's another one there, and I think they're great collectibles to have. To have the connection on what was being produced on them after their passing. And then just moving on from the comics, I have this lot here. There's a whole collection of their Primrose Confectionery Laurel and Hardy cigarette cards, and I have quite a few here, and these are dated. They're dated 1968. So yeah, so these are a few years old. and again they've got the cartoon images just like from the comics and from the cartoon series of Laurel and Hardy, and you've got Larry Harmon's name on the back there with information on the cards on the back, and they're all numbered, number 45, and they have like this bubble thing here with Stan and Ollie speaking. No, I can't read that because the print is so small. So unfortunately I haven't got my glasses on, so I'll have to miss that out. But that doesn't matter. But there you go, that's the little confectionery cards that came out during that time period. And then this I found, which was actually inside one of the comic books, which I completely forgot I had, which is a greeting card. And on the front it is from the film Jitterbugs, one of their wartime films, and it's a very simple card. There's nothing in the inside. It's just got the address on the back, which is New Orleans. So it's it's an old style greeting card. So it's nice to have and add to the collection. And then there's this annual I've got, which is Charlie Chaplin annual. So similar to the Laurel and Hardy hardback annuals, and inside you've got, again very similar, Stan and Ollie comic book form is Charlie Chaplin, all in comic book strip, and all on his many adventures of Charlie Chaplin. So it's another great children's book, basically, from 1974. So this is actually when Charlie Chaplin was still alive, so whether he'd seen these or even if he was able to get hold of them and read through them himself and what he thought of them. I mean, I wouldn't know, but it'd be interesting to know if he actually got hold of these. So he was still very much alive then. So it's a nice addition to have. And then just moving on from that, I have these two comics. Not comics, sorry. These are cinema magazines. Foreign cinema magazines. You're probably wondering, well, it's got nothing on there to do with Laurel and Hardy Chaplin, although you do have Peter Cushing, who is in Trump at Oxford. It's obviously from the Hammer horror films, but then it was on the back, which drew my attention. It has a poster of Charlie Chaplin from the Gold Rush, which is a really great shot there, and the same for this one. And on the back of this one you had Laurel and Hardy, a poster from Twice Two, where they play each other's wives and husbands. I'm not too sure what the babies are. There are no babies in the short, so whether they got mixed up there with brats or whatever, but I really don't know. But apart from that, it's a really great shot. And then just to finish this video, I have this newspaper cutting from December 2010 with a tribute act of two guys of Laurel and Hardy, dressed up as Laurel and Hardy, with Prince Charles. And that was at the time to do with, it was a charity for the injured soldiers, a London charity. And it just says here, their wise cracking had him, Prince Charles, double up as they presented him with a picture of them meeting his father, Prince Philip, and younger brother, Prince Edward, at an earlier date. So that was interesting to have that. The reason why I'm showing that is that the essence of this is that you see Prince Charles, he's really laughing there with the lookalikes of Stan and Ollie there, and you can see that from that it still works, the humour still works, the comedy still works. So it's really interesting to see that, and that just says it all with Laurel and Hardy, and he's really laughing there, and it still works. The humour still works today, and it's still very funny. So that's why I keep this, and it's a good thing to have. And also with all my newspaper Laurel and Hardy cuttings. So yeah, so that's it. And I hope to do a video soon about with these guys behind me here with these cardboard cutouts. But actually, this is not cardboard. This is more of a hardboard. It's really great new addition to my collection, and I'm going to do one with all my life-size cutouts on Laurel and Hardy. So yeah, so there it is, and I need to stop now to get out of here because it's actually really, really hot in this room, as I'm in my Laurel and Hardy room, right on the top floor of the house. So it's blistering hot outside, and yeah, so there it is. So thanks for watching this one, and look out for the next one soon. Bye.